Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday, November 19th. So today I thought I would just kind of cover how's the market. A lot of people ask like, well, the market's dead. There's not much going on. And I don't know if I've shared this before, but here's kind of what I use in my newsletter each week that I send out. Kind of just do a quick summary of things. So let me just share my screen here. And so depending on what MLS you're in, I'm a member of three different MLSs, but here in Monterey County, for example, here in San Luis Obispo County, and then also here in Santa Barbara County, we use there's three different MLSs that cover all three um, areas, which is kind of strange, but that's the way it is. So if you can see the screen here, you've got this is the last 7 days, and this should be on your dashboard when you log in. So this should be what your dashboard looks like, but you're looking for this tile that says Market Watch. And I have it set for 7 days. I like to just look at what happened in the last week. And then you can click this customize button here in the middle. And you can select your county. Just to keep it simple today, we're just going to look at single family homes, but you can add condos, townhomes, or do a report for each one, whatever you prefer. Maybe you want to report by a zip code, you can put that in here. But for now, we're just going to do all of Monterey County. How's the county looking? So I just do 7 days, customize, and then for county, you can select this little option here at the box to drop down and search by county. Let's say you didn't know that code. You just type in Monterey, and there's Monterey County, and click OK. Let's say I wanted to do one for Santa Cruz or whatnot. You just search that county and then add it in, click Save, and voila. Here is what's gone on in Monterey County the last 7 days. So we've had 40 new listings on the market, and you could click on this and see what those listings were. One of them actually increased their price. 25 of them have decreased their price. And you can see six of them are transactions that fell through that are coming back on the market. And these are the interesting ones I like to watch is contingent and pending. So you can see here, you've got about 45 listings here that have gone into contract. So they're contingent or pending status, and then sold 46. So when people are saying the market's dead, no one's buying homes right now, the market's crashing, no, there's 46 homes that have sold in the last week alone in Monterey County. And when you click on this, I like to click on the solds. So I'm going to do that here. And this is really cool information. So this will give you everything that's sold, and you can sort it by city and whatnot, all that good stuff. And I actually just go down to the statistics down here, and I choose tabular, statistics and tabular. And look at this. You now have the average time it took those 46 homes that sold in the last week. How long were they on the market? What was the average? Well, the average was 50 days on market. Now, this is just the last 7 days. But you can see the average closed price of those was 1.5 million was the average closed price of 50 homes across all of Monterey County. Now again, Monterey County is pretty varied, so you might have some homes in the low price range and some in the very high price ranges. But nonetheless, let's just keep this simple. The average was 1.5 million and the list price was 1.6 million. So if I take that, let's say 1584 and divide that by the original list price of 1666. It looks like it's there. I got that right. So that tells me 95% of asking price. So I just divided the actual final price divided by the list price, the original asking price of the properties, and that gives me how much discounting is happening. So it's telling me 95 people are getting 95% of their asking price. So that is not a crashing market. That's a pretty stable market. Now, the average days on market at 50 is probably double what it was last year. A year ago, maybe it was 25 days on market. So I'm going to say we're seeing kind of a softening of the market. It's not a flat out crash for Monterey County, but that gives you a nice idea of really backing up some of the information that you see out there with some hard numbers. So that was using MLS listings. Let me move this Zoom thing. He's blocking that. So let me move that. So let's take a look at San Luis Obispo County. So here I have the same CRMLS covers most of Southern California and parts of the Central Coast. But again, you're going to have kind of a little market watch tab that you can pull up in CRMLS. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just do customize, and they're a very similar format. I'm going to select single family residence. And then again, we're just going to select San Luis Obispo County and then save that. So now we're looking at San Luis Obispo County. What's going on there? They had 45 sales in the last month. So you can see how these two counties are very similar to each other. But let's take a look at uh, what those sales, how fast they're selling. So we're just click on that. And again, theirs is laid out very similar. You can go to stats and tabular, and voila, here we go. So same thing. They too have an average of 50 days on the market in the last 7 days in San Luis Obispo County. And so are they discounting? Are they seeing the same numbers as we are in Monterey County? Let's check it out. Let's divide the 1170 1,170,000 divided by 1204, 97% of asking price. So we're only seeing about 3% discounts on homes on average in San Luis Obispo County. So again, this is just showing, giving you a little glimpse of how I compile these numbers that I put in my weekly newsletter. If you need to subscribe to that, you can click on the link below. But nonetheless, this is great information for agents if you're preparing information for your clients or maybe helping them see like the market's still strong. So maybe you don't need to come in with a huge discount on your offer. You can narrow that down by neighborhoods, by zip codes, for example, what we just went through. If anybody needs help with that, just let me know. I'd be happy to share or help them with that. But nonetheless, use this information to inform your clients, to help them out and get them informed, whether they're a buyer or a seller. This information can be very helpful in making a decision in a particular neighborhood that you might be looking at as well. So hope that helps and hope you guys have a great day and make it a great one.